In this world, saturated with the sharp scent of coffee, sits the doll-like girl, gazing straight at me with keen golden eyes. Fascinating. Bruh, the way, wait, the thing we saw on stage, was that it? Have I seen it? I don't remember. I think so. That was the closest thing we saw. The thing on stage, we saw its eyes, right? Through even like the first girl, who I thought was gonna be female lead or something. Lord Octo... Oh, here we go. Lord Octopteros. Lord Octopteros. I'm just gonna say Lord Octo. It's gonna spare my freaking tongue-twisting legends. Say that 5 times. Lord Octopteros. Wow. Lord Octopteros is just like what you've seen. 8 wings and 8 eyes, feathers like fresh snow, eyes like emeralds. There is no record of such a deity in Japan, or in any other East Asian country, for that matter. So its followers are designated a cult. They are cunning a lot. They're a cunning lot. We were fooled so many times by the false trails they laid for us. And in the end, I'm guessing they got sick of the fuss. The Black Mage made the first move and appeared before me and my team. She was an elderly woman, getting on in years. Oh, in years, not years. She was an elderly woman getting on in years. Woo! They're using English. They're not using English. They're speaking English with the beautiful font. Insert old-fashioned font. Kazamatsuru seems to be taking a deep breath, but halfway through it turns into a sigh of resignation. The Special Investigation Division was a brand new unit. My father put the most into it, hoping to use it to restore the family's glory. With no one else stepping in, it was only natural to put me in charge. And apart from me, it was just a branch of rookies the government dug up. Like you, they suddenly found themselves saddled with these blessings. They didn't know the first thing about the world of mages. They weren't sharp enough, or alert enough, or ruthless enough, or strong enough. Oh, damn, so many casualties is what I'm hearing. That being too soft-hearted got everyone killed, and I was the only one who barely got away. He's right about that. Kazamatsuru coughs twice. Her eyebrows sag from the perpetual arc, and her eyelids droop. She gazes down at the snow as it slowly melts into the soil, frothing with tiny bubbles. I thought if I went to fetch backup, they could at least bring this one person to justice. But she, or the people backing her, they weren't the people the Kazamatsuru family could touch. That was when I learned that sometimes power is more useful than the magic you know. Yeah, I regret it. But what good does regret do? Pretty much nothing, dude. She shuts her eyes. When she opens them again, those brilliant eyes lock onto me, clear as gas. Clear as glass. It is nighttime, can you tell, Amaru? I can't let this go. That's why, no matter what, even if it means dragging innocent people into this, I have to see her dead. I don't care if she's protected by wealth, or power, or the other families. If I can't make her confess her crimes in the open, I'll fall back on the older ways. She stays perfectly calm to the very end. Just as she said, just for some reason, I feel as if all those turbulent emotions are rolling beneath her icy surface. Excuse me. I've told you as much as I can. The rest will give anyone nightmares. You wouldn't enjoy it. The wind has blown her. Okay. Got me focused. What is happening? Why am I stuttering? The wind has blown her head a little crooked. She catches hold of it. Then the wheels round and heads down. Then wheels round and heads down back to the entrance of the police station. Kazumatsuru, stop interfering. Hold on. What? You told me before that all I have to do is find them or wait for them to get in touch and then give you the information. That's right. And the rest? All that dangerous stuff. I'll handle it. It's got nothing to do with you. So, at least you don't have to feel guilty about me. You've got a real sharp tongue, you know? It's cold out these days. You better go back and get some rest. I'll let you know if there's any news. There's some fascinating music in this. And by the way, devs, you have some music that probably gonna get some people DCMA'd in the future. So careful of that. Hopefully not. On the way back to the trope loggings, the snow seems unusually bright for some reason. I rub at my right eye, where an ache is slowly developing. A breeze whisks past, and when I lower my hand, I notice a patch of color that stands out stark against the white snow. The smear of deep green extends. What is happening? Oh, these things floating in the air. I was like, what are those? The smear of deep green extends along the street into an alleyway that shows no sign of light or life. Standing in the mouth of the alleyway, by moonbeams and lamplight, I just make out a signboard half shrouded in shadow, and the words inked upon it. Watanabe Hall of Antique Books. The door to the shop is shut tight. A yellow paper is tacked onto it, announcing the shop's imminent closure. Imminent. And those ominous flickers of deep green blink. Okay. That's a lot going on. I think the thing is here, Kazu. What's his face? Sakuma. I think it's here. Call Kazumatsuru quickly. Yo ho boy toy. Let her fight. Let mommy take lead. Okay. And those ominous flickers of deep green blink in and out of existence, fleeting as mist in the sun. They rise and fall as if borne by the great breaths of some invisible beast. The unearthly aura they exude sends chills down my spine. My heart... I gotta drink water. My heart pounds faster and faster, drawing me onward, but Kazumatsuru's words are like the reins on a bridle. But Kazumatsuru's words are like reins on a bridle, yanking it back before it can leap from my chest. She said to watch out. Tokyo is a global city, the heart of Japan. I've only just become privy to some of these secrets hidden behind from the public. Even so, I'm well aware that in such vast populations, a small portion can still be a large number. It's plausible enough that the mage might have passed by not long ago. It's just that I look up. The Watanabe Hall of Antique Books looms before me, blinking gently in a beguiling emerald glow. Oh, why? Why do you do this to our ears, man? What do we do to you? Ouch! Damn! A snowflake drifts. It's beautiful now. It's changing. A snowflake drifts down, light as a. Oh my god, that thing was so loud I forgot how to read for a second. A snowflake drifts down, light as a white down feather. Another flows, and still more come tumbling until the pinpricks of light are like dots of paint on a blank canvas. You have such long-winded sentences. Oh my gosh, we know you know English. Chill out. Oh my god, it's so long. This scene seems so familiar, but the elements it's composed of have completely transformed. Amidst the haze of snow, its currents stir in the air, unfurling all around me at once, whispering above my head, beneath my feet, bearing some delicate and indefinable scent. As the snow falls, warmth blankets my body. When I stare in that direction, I see nothing but the glow of emerald and white. I don't know whether this is that so-called Lord fucking hate his name. Lord Octo. Okay, let's move on. Octotrobes. Oh my god, I gotta roll my R's. Octopatrobes. Ugh. I fucking hate your name, man. Octopatrobes. Ugh. I don't know if that. Okay, I don't know whether this is that so-called Lord Octopatrobes manifesting, or if it's just a delusion from my frost-addled brain. Octopatrobes. Octopatrobes. Okay. Figured out saying it all. I wonder how it actually is said. Octopatrobes. Okay, that's the closest I can get to making it roll off my tongue. Everything here feels so real. It practically breathes with life and presence. It puts me on edge. I want to leave. Because Octopatrobes is here. Something. There's a sudden itch in my arm. It pricks with goose flesh, as my skin realizes that I was being washed before my brain could. And those goosebumps on my skin seem to be growing, swelling out into longer limbs. The sight is familiar enough to dull my curiosity somewhat, but just then something scrapes my skin, like hair pricking against it, and the sharp itch is almost more than I can bear. I'd better get back and tell her about it. Before I leave, a tiny patch of unperceived darkness, a feather slips from my sleeve. Are you the Are you it? It drifts downwards, laden with hesitation and unease. Its emerald shaft and white plume settle in the dirty snow melt and gradually dissolve. When I open my eyes in bed, the sun is already aloft outside the window. I have no idea how long it's been up. My body feels so heavy, like I've sandbags bound to every limb. I've only felt like this after a full day of dance practice. Even lifting a finger is excruciating. The soft quilt weighs down on me, pinning me in place. Only my soul floats in the sunlight with the dust moths, basking in the gentle floral scent. I didn't dream this time, but this dreamless sleep has left me even more exhausted. Maybe this is just what it's like being human. The train crash, the death of Hatsuyuki and everyone else, and Kazuya's scars. Once something is no longer an accident, but the result of human action, the pain stops overflowing and is replaced by something else. I think so too, dude. It's get easier to move on. Only when the patterns on the ceiling start to undulate, and the shadow of the lamp begins to shift with the sun's rays, do I finally regain enough strength to sit up and sort through my thoughts. I haven't seen Homura-sensei since getting back. Homura and Kazuya are fairly close, and Kazuya is generally the one who stays in contact with them. I don't think they were close. I think Homura was just watching them, dude. Homura was like the eyes on the ground for whoever that bag belongs to. Because remember, they threatened him earlier before. Kazuya. They threatened Kazuya before. Amuro does seem to know what's going on, but I still need some way to get them to talk. Amuro-sensei's personality is so twisted. I could ask them any number of questions and barely learn anything. I could probably ask Kazamatsuru to look into it, but given her attitude, she might end up butting heads with Kazuya. Kazuya. I'm suddenly overcome by the urge to sigh. Surely you can't keep hiding the truth from me at this point. Oh, excuse me, I had to burp. Again, good burp. But apart from the living corpses and the magic, how much does he actually know? If there's really no other way, Hatsuyuki, Kazamatsuru, and even Sakura, they all brought up the Sakuma family. I do my best to ignore the nausea that wells up my throat. Okay, I thought I read that wrong. I do my best to ignore the nausea that wells up my throat at the mere thought of the name. It might just be due to my amnesia, but I wonder if the family members Sakurai mentioned might not be as warm and kindly as I once imagined. I think so, dude. It sounds like it. After all, I never heard anything about the Sakuma family from the other troop members. And it's a fact that we haven't been in contact with since my amnesia. They must have celebrated that one less person to fight over the final power, final prize with, you know? But if someone is willing to lend a hand, No, that's wrong. I no longer have the luxury of telling people, you'll do, and picking and choosing freely. No, like, you'll do or something. Sakura is right. I might have the chance to meet them soon. I don't harbor any deep feelings for my so-called family, and perhaps this is one of the few cards I have to play. As long as I use it well, and as long as my younger sister will accept it. My thoughts are interrupted by a convulsive shiver, as if I'm warning my own brain not to venture any further. Before losing my memory, why exactly did I want to leave Tokyo? Best not to dwell on it. I'll just wait until Kazuya wakes up. Yes, I think they were trying to off him. I'm like, that younger sister was probably trying to off him. It's always the family. There's always the family or the friends. Man. Kazuya seems to know and care about him. He knows something. And he was threatened because he knows something. And now look at him. He's in the hospital and he's about to be turned into like a revision or whatever. Crazy. Okay, so carrying on. Yes, I'll wait until he's awake. The other shoe has to drop then. But before that, there's the bookshop. The only trace I've seen since the familiar was implanted, a scene that's both recognizable and alien. Somehow I don't think it's a coincidence. Really? Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence either, man. You have a big brain. Woo! Could have thought. You got brains, kid. You're smart. I'll tell Kazamatsuru about it and go take a look. If it's anywhere in that freaking room where that Hatsuyuki died and on that stage again, yeah, somebody was in there and they were doing something. Yeah, no duh. Let's go check it out with this weird thing inside of your eye. Now that I've thought all this through, the exhaustion coiled around me is like a knot that's been cut. The whole tangle unravels and falls away. Well, I'll wash up first and make a call to Kazamatsuru, and then I'll start by looking into the Sakuma family. I'm walking into a big game, but my limbs are still sore and sluggish from sleep. My feet feel numb and inert, like I'm treading on cotton wool. Even such a short walk proves challenging. When I drag myself to the telephone, lift the receiver, and turn the dial, I still have to lean against the table for support. I listen to the static on the line, stamping my feet lightly to shake off that discomfort. What is it? Kazamatsuru's voice sounds in my ear as As I string together a sentence, my gaze idly wanders away. Which is how I spot something that shouldn't be there. That's... Hello? What was that? Hey! Answer me! The sun today is the brightest it's ever been in days. When I leave my room and... Did you just what? What just happened? He was just like, wow, the sun is so pretty. The storm is over. This went outside. Not the weird rapist singer song. Not that. I just sang a different thing. Don't you dare link this with that. Ew. I would never reference that. No. Okay. When I leave my room, the hand on the wall clock is still hovering between 2 and 3. I don't know if I skipped something. I didn't. The sun's rays are no longer like the sun's rays are no longer like a small light bulb, all glow and no warmth. They've grown hot enough to melt away the snow lining the streets. Excuse me. I'm not fond of thick clothing, so this is the one good thing that's happened to me recently. The one and only thing. There's a letter. I got funky songs, I'm telling you. It's a fascinating song. Oops. The envelope in my hand seems to be smoldering. Ever since I made my call to Kasamatsuru and noticed this lightly scented letter lying on the table, the fact that there was no trace of damage to the front entrance or my room door. It would have to be Hamura or that weird lady who knows you when she's trying to diddle you. She's trying to diddle you. I'm kidding. Hopefully I am. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's just a joke. She seems to try to leverage him for something. I don't know what's up. It's not romantic though, it's power moves. It's been like a beacon in the darkness, ceaselessly proclaiming its presence. The paper is dry, soft, and smooth. It emanates the chilly fragrance of violet leaf. Oh, it's a letter from Serena. What did I just type? I just talked about her. The signature on it reads Serena. Wait, is that her? No, I don't think that's her. The signature on it reads Serena Sakuma. That's what made me finally decide to hang up the call, leave my room, and walk out into the lukewarm breeze. A younger sister who's vanished from my memories and whose only existence for a fleeting moment in the mouths of others. Perhaps she wanted to save me, a new arrival in the city, from having to make a too long trip. I think you're too pessimistic. You're too optimistic about this. A little bit of pessimism will help you out in here, dude. I don't think that's the case. This is kind of a dangerous situation. You can hear the funky song, but he doesn't, I guess. Now I'm thinking she's here to be like, don't you dare come back. But they're gonna try to see what he remembers before they can decide whether to off him or to leave him alone because he's dumb like that, because he don't remember anything. After the standard pleasantries, she thoughtfully set our meeting place as the cafe I've been dining in for the past few days, so she's been watching me. The tone of her letter was polite, so polite as to be distant. But I feel every word like a thorn in my side. Yeah, she's been watching me. A faint chill creeps from the soles of my feet to the top of my skull, as if countless eyes had just discreetly swept across me, and my skin caught on before my mind could. Yeah, they were there. They're still there. I'm pretty sure it's one of these signs of anything. And they're probably lurking in the dark corners and crevasses of every place here. Everywhere you go, dude, you're being watched. From a rich family, expect it. Even in this fine weather, I can almost feel my teeth chattering. And it has nothing to do with the season. When I pushed open the cafe door, I thought the music was done. Okay, they're calling up. When I push open the cafe door and see that only one table is occupied this morning, this mounting disquiet reaches its peak. Whoa. Wow, okay, yeah, you are siblings. Damn, she even got handmaids? Wow, you are from a really, really rich family, sir. What is happening? It's the strange girl I saw the first time I came here. Is it her? I don't remember anything. Oh, we saw her back. So she was here. She and the maids standing behind her raised their heads in unison, and their identical wintry stares pinned me to the spot. Their complexions are equally pale. Their spines and arms have the perfect straightness of antique Western dolls in a shop window, ball joints rusted and unmoving. She said they look dead as fuck. He was like, they look so dead, it's creepy. They might never have drawn a breath. I recall that peculiar feeling I had when we first crossed paths. Now that I realize the blood ties between us, that seems to explain it. She probably was the one who caused you amnesia, dude. I'm calling it now. My sister is calling to me through our kinship by blood. Or your vengeance and need for it is calling to you and saying, "That's the bitch. I'm sorry, that's the one who did this to you." But why is she like this? Time seems to have frozen. The silence is heavy enough to choke on. I barely think of anything else. It's all I can do. It's all I can do to maintain my calm exterior. Are you Serena Sakuma? The afternoon sunlight, damn. Look at that vibe though. Ooh, I love the colors. Look at this. Ooh, so satisfying. Beautiful art. The afternoon sunlight is bright enough to illuminate every speck of dust drifting through the air. In this world, saturated with the sharp incense of coffee. Oh, not incense, but scent, sorry. In this world, saturated with the sharp scent of coffee, sits the doll-like girl, gazing straight at me with keen golden eyes. Eventually, the muscles at the corner of her mouth flex, and a smile forms on her lips. It's a little stiff, but brings some life to her face. Yes, it's me, Onisama. Wow. Okay. She's like, yeah. ... Her lips part ever so slightly, and she lightly exhales a long, slow breath that skates across the past, stirring up ripples on its blank surface. Then she gestures, directing my attention to the stack of documents on the table. She's gonna be like, "Sign away your portion, I'm done with you." I do think you must have realized already, but to ease all your doubts, here's proof that you truly are my big brother. I shake my head, for the already renowned daughter of the Sakuma family. There's no need to bother with establishing bona fides. Bona fides, whether hers or mine. Bona fides, yeah. No need for that. I don't think you'd lie to me about this. Serena seems fully satisfied with my reaction. She doesn't just raise the corner of her eyes, but her eyebrows as well. She's like, "You smart." I hid in between those papers. I'm pretty sure there's the sign of ownership, like what's it called? A transfer of ownership of something. She hid it in there, and he was gonna sign that paper, not the one that's like, "Yes, I am a Sakuma" or something. It's been a long time. You look much better than you did before. I'm so glad. Please sit down. I want to chat with you. Go to the kitchen and hurry them along. I don't want the snacks to be late. Yes, miss. The maid dips a small bow, then slips away as silently as a piece of paper. Serena, for some reason, hearing that Oni-sama, made me even more inclined to address her in this way. She keeps her eyes on me until I'm seated on the other side of the booth. Only then does her unnerving gaze retreat. She picks up a teacup. Against the artificial white, the velvet gleams a brilliant red. Minoru-san doesn't let me waste too much time outside, even though I have so much to tell you, Onisama. Please forgive me. This has to be between short this has to be between short sibling. This has to be a short sibling reunion. My bad. But before that, I think you have something you want to say to me, Onisama. What? Woo!
Give me your fucking